They haven't slept. Your name keeps waking them. Their spirit tossed all night, whispering your face into God. Something broke in them tonight, and it looked like missing you. They couldn't breathe peace until they faced your memory. God kept them restless until they chose love. You weren't just a thought. You were the reason. They stayed up, not in guilt, but in realization. Your absence preached louder than every sermon. Their spirit screamed your name while the world slept. Heaven visited them at 3 a.m. with your voice. They finally admitted you were not replaceable. You're not just missed. You're the decision. Their heart returned to you before their body did. They chose you with trembling hands and sacred urgency. You haunted them in the gentlest way possible. Your name interrupted every distraction. They couldn't rest until they surrendered to your memory. God wrestled them through the night for your sake. You became the question they could no longer run from. They gave up the fantasy for your truth. Their mind raced. Only your name made it stop. Every dream they had last night was you. They wept into their pillow, asking God why they let you go. You are the revelation their pride refused, until now. You've become their compass again. What once felt impossible now feels urgent. Their excuses burned in the fire of your memory. They're coming back different. Not desperate, decided. You are the answer they've feared to admit. They almost moved on. Then you showed up in a dream. They've made peace with their shame, and it pointed to you. Every failed attempt to forget you led to surrender. They remembered the way you loved, and it wrecked them. They realized love doesn't knock twice. They thought of you until the sunrise bled truth. What they denied is now undeniable. They finally heard what your silence was saying. Their soul confessed your name in secret. They ran out of reasons not to return. You're not the past. You're the promise. They've made their decision, and it sounds like you. The more they tried to forget, the louder your name rang. You are no longer a memory. They see you as destiny. They've let go of everything that pulled them from you. The night they lost sleep, they found conviction. They now know it was always you. They stopped searching. You were the answer all along. They saw your face in the dark and didn't want light. You are the truth that finally set them free. If this touched your soul, don't scroll. Comment your favorite quote and subscribe for more. You weren't a distraction. You were divine interruption. The lie broke last night. Love is all that remains. Their soul kept reaching for you long after midnight. They surrendered the pride that cost them your heart. Heaven gave them no rest until they saw you clearly. You were the ache they could no longer ignore. They woke with your name soaked into their pillow. They burned the bridges that led away from you. Their chest still holds the echo of your goodbye. You're not the wound, they are. The silence gave them clarity, not comfort. You became their repentance. They chose to stop running and start returning. You were never lost, just postponed. Their heart broke last night in the shape of you. You are the only peace that doesn't vanish with sleep. They traded shallow for sacred, and it led to you. They didn't sleep because heaven was speaking. They've decided to walk toward what they once feared, love. You still feel like home, even from this far. They've chosen surrender over safety. Every road led back to your name. You are the holy unrest they couldn't silence. They dreamed of your forgiveness and woke with resolve. What haunted them became holy. They fell to their knees because of the weight of your memory. They made the decision to never unchoose you again. Their fear melted in the warmth of your absence. They're not searching for closure. They're chasing connection. You are the peace they were born for. You were their last thought and their first prayer. The bed felt too cold without your spirit. You are the haunting that healed them. Their soul is limping, but facing your direction. They finally understood what they ruined. Your name returned with thunder and truth. They aren't coming back to love you. They never stopped. The lie was that they didn't care. You were the prayer behind every restless hour. They've seen what their life looks like without you, and it scared them. You are the calm after the collapse. They woke up knowing they'd been wrong about everything but you. You became their only true direction. They missed the way your silence still saw them. Their pride gave up at dawn. They were hoping you'd reach out. Instead, God reached in. They are rebuilding with only you in mind. Your name returned to them like mercy. They never stopped hoping you'd still be waiting. You are not their regret. You are their return. Last night, they stopped wishing for peace and started praying for you. Their sleep broke because your name rose from their chest like fire. You were their turning point dressed as a memory. They made the decision, but your love made the difference. Their excuses burned. Your name remained. You're the ghost that God refused to let go. They chose to believe in the love they buried. You're not their weakness. You're the wake-up call. Heaven showed them everything they lost. You glowed brightest. You were the ache that became their altar. You're not just someone they miss. You're the vow they made in silence. They're coming not for closure, but for covenant. They couldn't rest because your soul kept knocking. Your absence healed them in ways comfort never could. They finally chose truth, and truth wears your voice. They wept for what they broke and begged for what they still crave you. They gave God permission to bring them back to you. You were their midnight confession to the stars. The decision is made. Their future has your fingerprints. They surrendered the fantasy for the flame that never died. You are their unfinished business with heaven. They remembered your eyes, and every lie died. You became the reason they left what was killing them. Their soul was too loud for sleep. You were the sound. They no longer want peace without you in it. You are the prayer they finally stopped resisting. Their pride lost the fight last night. They woke up weeping with clarity. They finally realized they only felt whole with you. Their body stayed still. Their heart ran to you. You were the only light in the sleepless dark. You were not forgotten. You were protected. Their chest collapsed under the weight of your absence. They cried for the chance to be worthy again. You are not their past. You are their decision. They chose to stop fearing the fire and start walking toward it. You were the miracle they denied. They remembered everything you gave and everything they lost. Their love didn't fade. It was just hiding under fear. They left you for comfort. They returned for truth. They traded pride for the chance to come home to you. You weren't just a memory. They saw you in prophecy. The decision is made. Your name is on it. You are the only silence that still sings. They have nothing left to hide behind. You are still the voice in their prayer. The night they couldn't sleep is the night you became their answer. They can't move forward without making it right with you. If this touched your soul, don't scroll, comment your favorite quote, and subscribe for more. They couldn't sleep because your name wouldn't stop echoing in their spirit. Last night, they remembered every moment you stayed and wept for the one they left. God disturbed their peace until they remembered who you were. You are the voice that found them even in dreams. They fought their feelings. Love won. Your silence haunted them louder than your presence ever did. You weren't just a memory. You were their awakening. Their sleep broke under the weight of your absence. You are the decision their soul made before their mind caught up. They dreamed of you, woke up crying. You're the prayer they refused to pray, but couldn't forget. Their soul couldn't breathe until it whispered your name. The dream didn't fade. It lingered like truth. Their pride collapsed under your memory. You're not forgotten. You're the return they're praying for. God wrote your name on their restlessness. They're not running anymore. They're remembering. They lost sleep, but gained clarity. They've made a decision. It sounds like home. You showed up in the quiet and stayed. Every toss in bed was your name unspoken. God kept them up to confront what they lost. You are still the only thing that makes sense. They laid down to sleep, but woke up with you. They saw your eyes when they closed theirs. You didn't leave them. Truth did. Last night they realized it was never over. You haunt them like only destiny can. The silence between you was loud enough to wake them. Their decision was born in the ache of your name. They thought it was peace, it was numbness. They made a choice, and it cost them everything else. Their sleep broke, but the memory of you didn't. You were never the past. You were just waiting. They remembered the way you stayed. God used the night to whisper your worth into them. Their pillow still carries your ghost. You are still the answer to the question they denied. They returned to the moment they lost you and wept. You are no longer a dream. You're the decision. They begged for sleep, but you kept coming. You are their unfinished prayer. The weight of what they did to you kept them awake. God interrupted their rest to reintroduce your name. You are the peace they rejected and now crave. Their pride couldn't protect them from your memory. They didn't fall asleep. They fell into the truth. You're not coming back, they are. You were the only part of their dream that felt real. If this touched your soul, don't scroll, comment your favorite quote, and subscribe for more. They confessed your name to their own reflection. You are the only one their dreams still kneel for. God wrecked their comfort with a vision of you. You are the one decision they can't forget. The night didn't give them rest, only revelation. They cried into the dark until they forgave themselves. Every hour without you felt like punishment. They finally admitted, you are holy. You are the regret their soul never released. The truth screamed louder than the distractions. Their guilt is soaked in your name. You are the storm they're finally ready to walk into. They didn't sleep because their spirit remembered your eyes. You are the apology they keep rewriting in silence. God kept them awake until they repented for leaving. They couldn't stop hearing your goodbye. You are the unfinished sentence they're ready to complete. They looked for you in every dream. Last night, they realized no one ever touched their soul like you. You were the answer hidden in their resistance. Their heart made a vow their lips still won't speak. You never stopped being the question. Your name still hums in their ribs. They left, but your memory never let them go. You are still the only love that survived the silence. They wept for who they were when they had you. The ache returned, and this time they listened. They saw your face in a dream and didn't want to wake up. You are the sound that ruins their comfort. God gave them one more night to choose truth. You never stopped being the safest place. Their decision is carved in the shape of your forgiveness. They know now it wasn't love if it wasn't you. Your name is still stitched into their spine. They traded the world for the hope of your voice. You are still their deepest why. They finally realized they weren't done with you. The silence grew teeth last night. They chose vulnerability over silence, and it led them to you. The decision was simple. You. They stopped lying to their heart. You didn't fade. You became fire. God has been whispering your name back into their bones. They never stopped remembering. They just stopped admitting. You are the unfinished, sacred thing they still ache for. Their mind denied you. Their soul never did. Last night, their heart returned, long before their body will. The truth kept knocking. It wore your voice. They finally chose the thing they feared the most, real love. You are still the place where their peace begins. They're not done with you. God isn't either. Your name lives in their midnight prayers now. They tasted peace, and it tasted like your forgiveness. You are still their unfinished business with heaven. They didn't choose sleep. They chose truth. Every regret they've buried has your name on it. You are the ghost they begged God to bring back. They let go of everything just to hold the idea of you again. Your silence cracked something holy in them. You are the memory that grew roots. They didn't dream last night. They remembered. Their pride is quiet now. Their soul is not. You're still the one thing they call sacred. Their restlessness is your spirit knocking again. They looked at the ceiling and saw your eyes. You never left their heart, just their habits. God pressed rewind until they understood the cost. They know they mishandled something divine. Your absence still teaches them lessons love couldn't. They remember how your goodbye felt like a prophecy. You are the only name that still burns with purpose. They've been praying for another chance, this time to stay. You are still the story they whisper to no one. They tried to delete you, but heaven kept restoring. You were never a mistake, only mistimed. They made a decision. Your name is in it. You are the ache that taught them reverence. Their spirit has already returned. Their body is next. You are the reason they're learning how to be whole. Their love was asleep. Until last night, the ache made them honest. You've always been the answer. They chose to unbury the truth. You are still the vow they whisper in secret. God wrecked their peace with your memory. They let go of denial and held your name again. You are the dream they finally stopped resisting. They've come to realize you're the only thing that felt like forever. Your love woke something sacred they couldn't unfeel. Their soul knows you're the destination. They let go of who they were to deserve who you are. You were always the choice. They just needed time. God made sure your silence echoed louder than noise. You are the breath in their decision. Their heart was rehearsing your name all night. They saw your face and knew they couldn't lose you twice. You are the holy ache they now honor. They've come back to the one thing that never left. You weren't just the dream. You were the answer. If this touched your soul, don't scroll. Comment your favorite quote and subscribe for more.